There's a bumper day of celebrity gossip, isn't it? I suppose it boils down to, though, how important is it to tell your side of the story? I mean, all these people clearly want to do that. And, Stacey, it occurred to me, almost every day I read something about you in the press, which I'm kind of presuming is bunkum. What do you choose just to let go, and what do you choose to challenge?
I think one of the best things to come from social media when you're in this position is to have an instant right of reply. There are stories made up about all of us all of the time because of what we do. We could say something and it can be completely misconstrued and taken out of context, and you do often feel aggrieved because you do know how it really went and you don't want people to get the wrong end of the stick or to offend anyone or to upset anyone. So I think you have to pick your battles, I suppose. I know that most of the stuff that's written is rubbish, and I can only assume that anyone who reads it and has any interest will then go and double-check to see if it's true and find out that it's actually not. And anyone who didn't care to begin with. So I always try and remember do you remember what Nadia always says to us? And you said it earlier in the meeting, those that matter don't mind, and those that mind don't matter. And that's all I try and repeat to myself, is that the people that really care know you for who you are and take you at face value. And everybody else wasn't really that bothered about you in the first place, so you have to just let them believe what they're going to believe.
I mean, most of that is online as well, isn't it? So it's not even necessarily that people see that much of it.
And that's kind of public stuff. But when it comes into your own family life, Judy, and sort of personal contacts, do you think you've got to get your side over? Because that can lead to real family tension, can't it?
Yeah, depending on your family dynamics and who's involved. You know, I've had a previous relationship where, you know, something was said and it wasn't true. And for me, I felt that that person would eventually show their character as someone that lies. So for me, it's like letting it pan out and trying to not react in that emotion straight away. And once it did pan out and then things was calm and I used my evidence, I said what I said and showed what had really happened, again, their character showed up. Who they really are showed up, and everyone got to see for themselves. And I think it not only does it give you kind of like peace of mind, it doesn't stress you out to react straight away. It gives you that kind of ending, because you could be in these kind of arguments and trying to prove yourself so much. I think when it's people close to you, like Stacey was saying, they will know you, they'll believe you. But if it's about protecting loved ones, especially if it's your children and you're having an argument with someone like maybe their father or the mother, you need to kind of make them aware that this is not actually right. Then yes, you're going to do all you can to protect them emotionally and state the truth.
But Judy, you've got a real cool head there. I mean, Jane, don't you think it takes an enormous amount of self-control to take that line? Because, you know, there's often that rush of sense of injustice. And you just want to kind of get out there and put your side across.
No, absolutely. And I think what I often quite do is write everything down in a really sort of angry, and then I put it in a file somewhere. But, you know, my favourite phrase ever, I think, is stand by the river long enough and the bodies of your enemies will float by.
I love that.
And it's sort of what Judy just said, is that eventually somebody's true character comes out. And, you know, a lot of these high-profile stories that we're just talking about now, there's one winner there and it's lawyers. I mean, that is big money these guys are spending fighting each other. And, you know, whilst it kind of feels good at the time, I think at the end of the day you look back and you think, that didn't really get me anywhere.
Well, but sometimes it feels such an injustice, doesn't it? I mean, even the little things, like if I know I've loaded the dishwasher and then somebody in the house says, you didn't load that dishwasher, even the tiny stuff, I feel like I have to prove
You've
I
got
did.
cameras now in the corner of the room going, let me show you, rewind, play.
So you feel like even when someone says you didn't say something, but you know full well you said it, and you're like, I have to prove myself.
I know, but the thing about you is you're likely to see that in the newspaper the next day. Joe didn't load the dishwasher and Stacey did.
Or what about the last one? The last one is the funniest one. Yesterday, Joe took his son on holiday, so I said, oh, good riddance, love ya. And the headline was, Stacey says, good riddance to Joe Swash as he leaves the family home. I was like, oh, my God, we're not getting a divorce. He's not left forever.
He's only gone on holiday.
He's only gone camping.
Let it go.
Let it
go. Absolutely.